Good evening, Mr. Torres.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
You think I can interview you about your immigration process to the United States?
Absolutely, no problem.
Let's get started.
Sure.
What's your full name and how old are you?
Jose Torres. I'm 19 years old.
That means you were born in what year?
1993. July 26, 1993. Turning 20 in a few months.
And when did you arrive to the U.S.? How old were you when you arrived here, and where did you emigrate from?
1989. I was 6 years old. I'm from a little town called Matancita. It's part of the province of Nagua, Dominican Republic.
So Matancita is like the country in Nagua?
Yeah, it's basically, well, Nagua is a very rural town. It can be compared maybe to Poughkeepsie, New York, something like that. It would give you a nice little look of something local, you know. So.
Do you have any good memories about Matancita, or any negative memories about it?
Well, negative memories. The quality of life there is a lot lower than the quality of life here. But there's a lot more community interaction. You know, you can ask the neighbor for some sauce. You know, if you're out of sauce, some mayonnaise, some oil, whatever. You know, people really look out for each other, opposed to the United States where people are more independent.
So you're saying in Nagua it's a lot more humble?
Yeah, yes, it's a lot more humble, and since the quality of life is lower and people tend to have a lot less, people depend on others for their needs and their desires.
And did you like that better than your stay here in New York, or do you like being independent, or do you like knowing there's people out there willing to help you?
Well, it's very complex because when you're out there, you can think of it both ways. You can think of, okay, people are nice to each other, people rely on each other because they love each other or because they need each other. So here they don't need each other, so they don't rely on each other, you know. But so it was better there because there was more love. Even if it was whether it was fake love or real love, that's for you to decide. But it was nice, you know. I love both places.
So what are some of the reasons why you left the Dominican Republic and decided to come to the United States?
I was young. You know how parents think of security and education. The Dominican Republic, as I said, maintains a low quality of life. Therefore, there's crime, and parents care about security, and economics. Money, education. A lot better than in DR. Well, DR is in the Dominican Republic.
Okay. So did someone influence your arrival here? Like, did someone tell you to come to the United States, or was it your choice of your family?
Yeah, my father, basically. Yeah,
he was here before you?
Yeah.
What year did he get to the United States?
70s, 60s.
And he liked it here, so he said it was a good idea for you to get here as well?
Yeah.
What was your relationship?
Also, a lot of people, people, they come here because in DR it's more there's no welfare state. So if you don't do well, you just don't eat, or you don't have money to eat here. You have food stamps, you have welfare, you have a lot of programs. You have Medicaid. In DR, you don't got money, you don't got health, you don't got food. So it's a lot. It's you gotta get it. Here, it's people can just survive doing nothing. There you have to produce somehow, and if you can't produce, then you steal or you rely on somebody else, or you'll find a way.
So when you say rely on someone else, does that mean like you had a good relationship with your parents? Like, did you have a closer relationship there or here with your parents?
I can't really answer that question because I was a lot younger, but I know I was a lot freer in DR. Because there's more babysitting. There's more community interaction. There's community surveillance. So when let's suppose you get into a problem or somebody tries to rob you. Somebody comes from out of the community and tries to rob you. 50 of your neighborhood are going to come out, and they're going to fight for you. So that there's more inside the community. There's more security. Therefore, I was a lot freer here. And I can't really know that much English. My English skills were weak. Therefore, it was more. I wanted to be in the house more, and that also contributed to the fact that I became obese, or well overweight.
So you talked about your childhood in the Dominican Republic and like being obese. So how was that? Describe your childhood in DR and like how was it compared to now? You have a lot of trophies behind you. Did you earn those in the Dominican Republic or did you earn them here in the United States?
A few of them were earned in the Dominican Republic, but the majority of them were earned in the United States. I would say there might be 50 or 60 up there plaques, and maybe only 2 or 3 of them were earned in the Dominican Republic. But yeah, they were earned here as a basketball. Most of them basketball. That was my sport.
So you're saying that you had a better chance with basketball since you're a basketball player. You had a better chance pursuing basketball in the United States or in the Dominican
I
Republic.
retired basketball, and I had a better chance of being an athlete in the Dominican Republic. I could have been an extremely good baseball player. But when I got here, I lacked a baseball connection, so I was forced to play. Well, not forced, but I was led to play basketball. Basically it was local. A lot of the people in my neighborhood and my surroundings were of African American descent. Therefore, it was more popular to play basketball because that's what generally that's what African Americans play when they're young. They play basketball, and since I was around that crowd, I played basketball.
Okay. So since you speak about like influences in DR about baseball, was there anyone that you could think you could bring over here that would influence you, like you wish you could bring to the United States to influence you into doing something that you want to do?
To be honest,
or you're happy with who you have here?
I mean, to be honest, yeah, I'm happy with who I have here. But there's a lot of people in DR that would love to be here that can contribute to American society. I would say, to be perfectly honest, there's more people in DR that would actually hurt American society. But there's a lot of people in the Dominican Republic that would contribute to American society. So I think that there's some Dominicans that should be here to help to make America a better place, more productive, more academic, more, smarter.
So based on what America has to offer, what are some future aspirations you want to achieve?
Well, I graduate next year. I got a degree in economics, and in about 4 years, after next year, August 2014, I'll be entering a PhD program, program at Stony Brook University. So I'll have my PhD in about 4 years, and ideally, I want to be a professor. I think a professor is more of a laid-back job, a lot of flexibility, and it's just it's doing something I like. Conducting research at a university. So being a professor is good, but if I have to work for the government, I'll do that too.
Okay. But all this opportunity, was it difficult to get here? Like, were there policies that prevented you to get here to have a chance to get these opportunities?
My father was a U.S. citizen for many years. Therefore, it's not hard for a parent to get their son that's already an American citizen to get their son to get over here. It's not very difficult. So my process wasn't very difficult. I didn't realize it because I was extremely young. Understand? So it was pretty smooth.
So, are you happy you came here? Like, what were some of your emotions when you arrived to the U.S. as compared to your emotions now? Do you have any regrets about being here after all these years?
Actually, there are potential regrets. I think if I was in DR, I would be a great baseball player, but I would lack the academic mind and the educational skills I have now, especially in math. So, as far as I hold education, and I really value education. So I think that if I was in the Dominican Republic, I wouldn't value education. I probably would have dropped out of high school to be a baseball player. So I'm extremely happy that I came here. I'm very content with the decision my parents made.
So with that being said, what's your biggest goal that you want to achieve as a citizen of the United States? Like, since moving from Matancita, what do you think was the biggest opportunity you have, and what is your greatest goal you would like to achieve as an adult?
I think that as I said earlier, I want to get that PhD, and I want to educate. I want to make people smarter. I want to make society a better place, and I want to get people good at math because I know everybody, especially in the New York City area, for so many years. I hate math. I hate numbers. I can't do math. You don't understand. Math is not my subject. So I'm just trying. I just want to educate, and make people, more educated. As math and science seems to be the only things that matter. In the international educational scene, academic scene.
So do you think that you would ever have that opportunity if you decided to stay in Nagua, in Matancita, or do you think it was definitely a better opportunity here?
If I go now, I can still do what I want to do. But if I wasn't here, I wouldn't value education as I do now. I value other things more. I wouldn't value education. I value hanging out, drinking, being cool, playing baseball, athletics. It's a cool thing, but education is very important. I wouldn't value education because people I was around didn't care about it.
So would you say your process to the United States was a positive impact on your life, or a negative, or both?
Definitely positive, because I hold education in extremely high regard, and if I was in the Republic, I wouldn't have held education in high regard. Therefore, I'm extremely happy with it. But I love both places.
Well, you seem to have your stuff together, and it seems to me like you really loved your immigration process, and you really loved the United States. So with that being said, I appreciate your time. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck.
Good luck, Hunter College.
Everybody, that was my friend Jose Manuel Torres, former basketball player, future economy professor, and hopefully future PhD degree student. Thank you, and good luck to all of you on your interviews.
Cut it? You got it?
Yeah.
You sure it was recording?
How do you cut it?